Hi there, this is Unmesh from PiXimperfect, and today we're going to be talking about a slider which is right there in front of us. Still, we are not using it on blend modes. Let me start with some evidence. Here we are in Photoshop and here we have a subject, right? And on top of it we have texture. Let's turn it on. For example, you want this texture on the back wall of the subject and you want it to add some punch to the image as well. So let's go ahead and choose something like linear light. So let's choose linear light, but it completely destroys the photo. Now you might think, hey, let's just decrease the opacity. And if we do that, well, it just doesn't help. It just lightens it. That's pretty much it. Let me show you the second evidence and this will make it more clearer to you. For example, I want to add a warm tone to it, right? So let's go ahead and create a gradient. So click on it and let's choose gradient. And we're going to create a gradient, this one, orange and violet. Okay. And hit OK. And let's choose the style to radial. I want orange in the middle, so I'll just hit reverse and place the orange right here, just like the sun, and hit OK. And try something like color burn. Well, it totally burns it out. It looks great, but it burns it out. If I decrease the opacity, it just isn't helping. It's just lightening it. There has to be something. There has to be some control to it. And these blend modes have to have some use. They cannot be useless. One more evidence, and this is the final one. So let's go ahead and add a solid color adjustment layer. Let's choose something like brown color here. And we will choose a blend mode called hard mix, which we hardly use. It's destroying it again. And even if I decrease the opacity, it's not helping it. It's just making it lighter. So how can we control the projection of these blend modes? Now, what if I tell you that one slider changes the projection of those blend modes? Yes, it does. Let's get back to the first example. So here we are back in Photoshop and linear light makes no sense. However, if we decrease the fill instead of the opacity, have a look at this. The projection changes. Opacity is different. Opacity just lightens it. However, the fill, well, that is something different. Have a look. Now it begins to look something that we can use. Okay, now what we can do is let's increase it to 26-ish, select the texture layer, click on the mask button, and you know the drill. Take the brush, make sure the foreground color is black and just paint in black on the subject. And we have the wall with the texture. Isn't that interesting, right? Let's go to the second example. It will make more sense to you. Have a look at this. Makes no sense. If you decrease the fill, see the projection changes. If you decrease the opacity, nothing. But if you decrease the fill, projection changes. Isn't that amazing? So for this one, we can choose a projection of this sort. Now, what if I tell you there's one more slider that makes it even more effective? And you know that slider very well, our old friend opacity. Yes, you can use opacity with fill. So once you're happy with a fill or with an effect, you can also apply opacity to decrease the amount. I'm happy with this. Have a look at this. Here's the before, here's the after, right? You can decrease the opacity further. There we go. Interesting, isn't it? Let's have a look at the third example, and this is very drastic. If I just simply decrease the fill, look at that effect. I totally love it. Look at that. This can be a movie poster. Have a look, here's the before, here's the after, a different kind of effect. Very nice. Now, what if I give you a list of all the blend modes that work very nicely with fill? But before I give you the list, I'm going to tell you about a blend mode which we seldom use for effect or filter purposes. We only use it for alignment purposes. But now with fill, you can use it to apply some effects or filters to your images. And that is difference. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at this photo. Now, difference blend mode is popular for cancelling out colors. So if I want to cancel out the background, here's what we do. We create a solid color adjustment layer. Okay. And hit OK. Doesn't matter now. Just turn it off. Double click here and sample the background color. Okay. And hit OK. Turn that on and change the blend mode to difference. So there we go. Let's choose it to difference. The subject face looks right, but the hair looks totally strange. The background has been cancelled out and it's black. So all we need to do is to decrease the fill to the point where the hair looks right. Okay. So let's keep on decreasing the fill to the point where the hair looks right. This is the point where I love it. Let's keep it 25. but the background becomes visible again. What to do? Simple. Make copies of it. Press Ctrl or Command J. Ctrl or Command J again. Ctrl or Command J again if you want. Now you have the background totally cancelled out. I shouldn't have made so many copies. Let's go back a step. There we go. This looks totally interesting, doesn't it? So copying helps when you want to cancel out more. So here are the list of 8 blend modes that I found working very well with fill. So play with it, experiment with it, and come out with amazing results. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope this video was helpful, and if this was, make sure to give us a like, and also don't forget to subscribe, and not just subscribe, ring the bell so that you, my friend, don't miss any other future tip, trick, or tutorial. I would like to take this moment to thank all these nice and amazing people for supporting this channel on Patreon and helping keep PiXimperfect free for everybody forever. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I'll see you guys in my next one. Till then, stay tuned and make sure that you keep creating.